Hi, Marian.
Hello, everyone. I will be your boat captain for the next few hours, so get comfy. If you give us a little history, if you have questions, let me know. Before we get started, I have rules for you. I've only got 3 rules for you, though. Rule number 1, no standing on the boats. Rule number 2, no smoking on the boats. And rule number 3, keep your body parts inside the boats. Other than that, we're pretty laid back, so if you guys enjoy your ride. I do want you to know that we have provided life jackets for all of you, so if you're worried about it, there's 43 of them up front. We've never used them, we're not going to use them. We have a very good safety record. I am a very good boat captain, and this river is 3 feet deep, so if you guys fall into it, please stand up. That works out pretty well. Alright, let's get started with our tour. I'm going to start you off with something kind of fun here we have on the river. If you guys will look up to the left, you should start to see a really tall brick building coming into view. And this is a hospital, a Cynic's hospital. It's a little optical illusion we have on the river. So when we come out the other side of the bridge, if you guys look straight up to the left again, the brick wall that faces the river will appear to be just a freestanding wall in the middle of downtown. Sometimes if you look high enough, it looks like it's falling over on top of you too. So make sure to look up when you come out.
Okay, checan el edificio que va a estar aquí a la izquierda.
Look up to the left.
Es una ilusión óptica.
That was one of the first air-conditioned hospitals to ever open in the States.
Como una ilusión óptica.
I tend to think it's the only one to have a bar in the basement of it.
Y por donde lo ves aquí parece que es una pared chiquita así parada solita.
Have you all been up to the Alamo already? You maybe got to check it out, right? If you ever need it, we have a little shortcut that runs back and forth between the Alamo and the Riverwalk. And it's to this big white hotel that's right there. It's the Hyatt Regency. They've got a river that runs through their hotel. So if you follow that river, it's a trail for you back and forth between the two. Technically, all that hotel is directly west of the Alamo. That's how they got their shortcut. But it's also why they're only 16 floors high. If they had built that hotel any bigger, then when the sun set at night, they would cast a shadow over the Alamo. And they don't let anything do that. Just out of respect for everyone who fell there. So 16 floors, was it? So you guys really don't see like any big skyscrapers or anything like that down here, right? San Antonio never will. Really built upwards. Another thing down here is that they really like to preserve the history as much as possible, and they hold on to a lot of the older buildings. So most of the stuff that lines the river will date back to like the early 1900s or mid to late 1800s. There's a lot of older buildings in this stretch right here, like where the restaurants are. It's River Square. This is usually where I see the most people fall in the river, so just keep that in the back of your mind when you're walking around down here later. Yeah, those ticket stubs that John gave back to you as you're boarding, they have little discounts for stuff to do downtown on the back, and one is for 3 different restaurants in here. So if you take it in, either they're going to give you a free appetizer or they're going to give you a free dessert with your meal, just depending on which restaurant you go to. The other one I think is for like all that Ripley's Believe It or Not wax museum stuff. If you guys are doing that, they'll take a little chunk off your ticket price, so it's kind of nice. But all of your tickets, guys, have the phone number and web address for our boat company on them, Real Cruises. Gotta do a little plug for the employer. If y'all ever want to do like a private boat ride or a dinner boat ride, you can just go on our website. They're gonna tell you how to do them. We do them all the time. Alright, last thing I'll show y'all at River Square. It's actually very important to the Riverwalk. It's on the right. This is the old Clifford building. And yeah, this little rounded spot right here, this was the first business that ever opened on the Riverwalk. Belonged to a guy by the name of Robert Hugman. And you'll see his name still up there. Hugman was the architect of the Riverwalk. And when he designed this park, he always wanted it filled with a bunch of businesses, you know, things like that. But because, you know, this was a natural river and it had flooded so many times, when the Riverwalk first opened, people didn't really want to come down. He showed up first, and it took about 5 years, y'all, but Casa Rio were the next people down. So this is the original Riverwalk restaurant here on the right. They've been serving up Mexican food since 1946. Been owned by the same German family the entire time. Casa Rio were also the original owners of the boat company, and y'all, the first time we ever ran the boats was through here. It's called the Hemisphere Extension. This is a man-made section of the river. This all out here follows the natural flow, but we added this section in, so we'll come back out the same way we went in. For the first like 25, 30 years the Riverwalk was open, really the only thing to do down here was eat at Casa Rio. And what's worse than that is that because people didn't really take an interest in the park, it fell into the wrong hands. So it was very unsafe to come down here as well. And if you knew what was good for you, you just avoided the Riverwalk as best you could. But San Antonio got tired of this, and they wanted to put this on the map. So in 1968, we had a big fair, the Himmis Fair, and it became our World's Fair. 7 million people from all over the globe showed up, and to get them back and forth from the Riverwalk to where we actually built the fairgrounds back here, they dug out this little channel, right out the boats and ferried it back and forth. This is a little bit deeper because we built it, but y'all don't have to be too scared. It's like 4 feet deep. This has a concrete bottom though, and the natural river has a mud bottom. So it always looks just a little bit dirty. It's not really dirty. It's just that the boats turn up all the silt. It tends to settle at night, so a lot of times in the morning you can see all the fish. In the river we have a lot of fish. We've got crawfish, some turtles, snakes, a few man-eating alligators, some sharks down there, narwhals, things like this. What keeps them all alive, y'all, are the waterfalls around the park, just like that one on the right. These are pump systems. They're designed to circulate and aerate the water of the river so it doesn't go stagnant. There's a small flow to the river, but it doesn't flow natural anymore. We use recycled rainwater to keep it full. So when the water gets down south, it's cleaned, and then it runs underneath downtown in this big tunnel, and then it comes back through again. There's one really big tunnel and 2 smaller ones, and they allow us to save a lot of water too. Like when it rains, it all pipes back into the river, and we hold it under there till we need it again. That's why we can drain the river. We do that once a year. Yes. Don't ever visit us in January. You guys will be very disappointed. No water. For about a week it's down. That way we can do repairs and clean. People drop a lot of stuff down here. Trash for sure, but there's a lot of cameras and cell phones down there, sunglasses, wallets, strollers, purses, patio furniture, dishes, silverware. You name it, guys. If you ever seen it on the Riverwalk, multiply it a few times over. We're going to fish it back out in January. So if y'all lose anything that you really, really want back, I guess you can come back in January. We'll let you jump in and look for it. Like everything in San Antonio, we've turned it into a big party. It's called Mud Week, and every year we crown a Mud King and a Mud Queen. We have a mud parade where we go wandering around down here doing little activities, and then there's a big mud ball, which raises a lot of money for the Riverwalk. So all kinds of stuff. We like to have fun with the river, even if there's no water down here, right? We've just entered into the convention center, and y'all, this is the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center. Henry B. Gonzalez was the first Hispanic American to get into Congress, and y'all, he was from San Antonio. When we started building this, it was for the Himmis Fair, but the only building we had here is that one on the left-hand side, the Lila Taco Theater. And look to the top of it, guys. There's a big mosaic. That's the confluence of civilizations. It was a gift from Mexico. It was done by a Mexican-Irish artist, Mr. Juan O'Gorman. Shows the coming together of cultures, y'all. Left side represents all the Western cultures, right side the Eastern. They all face towards the center, getting a little more modern. Tilly's around the family right there in the middle, woman, man, and child. That family is meant to be our family of the future. When we're able to bring together our cultures and ideas, beliefs, technologies, things like that. So I think shirts are going to be optional in the future. That's part of the message, so we'll see what happens. Juan O'Gorman must have been a very patient man. He did that all with 1-inch tiles, so there's almost 500,000 of them up there. These buildings weren't back here when we had the Himmis Fair. This was all open space, so the river channel they dug out continued. And what's on the back side of this, y'all, is Himmis Fair Park. It's a gorgeous park, you know. If you've got little ones, they've got a big playground and all kinds of sculptures and waterfalls and things. But the main attraction back there is the Tower of the Americas. And you've seen it. I'll give you a really good view of it in a minute. That's the stick building, right, with the rounded top on it. Looks like where the Jetsons used to live. You guys are big Jetsons fans. You're welcome to go to the top of it if you want to. There's 2 different ways. At the very top of it, there is a observation deck where you can walk around the outside. And then right below that they have a restaurant, and it always spins. So about once an hour it makes a full turn. You get to see all the sights while you're there. The restaurant's called Chart House. It's very good. It's like steak and seafood. They have a bunch of Chart House restaurants. You may have had it elsewhere, but if y'all are around tomorrow and you want to pop up to the tower, on the weekdays they do like a little happy hour with like $5 appetizers and things like that, and you can kind of go up and see all the sights. If you get anything while you're there, they'll take you to the observation deck when you're done. It's your way to sneak up. We're gonna bounce. Woo! We're gonna bounce.